Good morning again. I really hate putting my sweaty head into this lid, into any lid, to be fair. I really despise it. Don't have a clue where I'm going. Day 13. Unlucky for some. Come on, you've got to say that. It's the law. And my first port of call is to get through Verona town centre to a Vodafone, which is just on the northern side of the city. How's that doing in there? And I'm going to try and sort this poxy SIM card out, or I'm going to throw it away, and then I'm going to head on up to Bormio and Stelvio Pass. Passa del Stelvio. Yeah, baby. Excellent. I'm turning right here to go to Vodafone. There's a Mackie D's turning left, which is the direction I'm going in afterwards. Ka-ching! That's me sorted. And a fuel stop. Winner. That will do me. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can do Vodafone, fuel, and Mackie D's all in quick succession, and that's me set up for most of the day. Vodafone. How do I get in? That's how I get in on my fucking motorbike. Yeehaw! Onwards to Stelvio. Over the water. Very pretty. And then try and find my way through to get towards Brescia. Okay, so just a quick mini update. I am fed. I've just stopped at McDonald's. Good old fashioned McDonald's. You know exactly what you're getting when you go there. Except, it seems the Europeans get a lot more than we do. Would you like spicy cheese sauce on your chips? Yes, please. Yes, I would. Would you like a Peroni beer? Well, yes, I would, but I'm gonna decline on this occasion. Would you like to have all of your food brought out to you at your table? Table service at McDonald's. Wow. I'm sure we probably do actually get that at home, but if we do, because I don't spend any time at home, I'm not aware of it. The bike's been refueled as well, so she's good to go. Now all I've got to do is try and find my bloody way onto this main road. And I think that's where I've just bloody come from. Yeah, this doesn't seem right. So left, then right, left, then right, then left, left, then right, then left, then right, then left, then right. What could possibly go wrong there? So today's choice of gear. Today I have gone for the Dainese underlayer with the long gloves. But despite my despite my feelings that the heat rash that I'm feeling on my arse and the seat of my pants is being caused by these Kevlar jeans. I genuinely do think that's what's causing it. Because I was wearing shorts and t-shirt for 2 days. Alright, I was getting badly burnt, but actually my backside was sore, but not like you really need to do something about this. And that would also explain why, after 4 days on the bike in the Middle East and Egypt, I was bloody crippled. Okay, fair enough. I was going to wave you across, but bollocks to you then. Nice trumpet. So the main reason for wearing the long sleeve under, it's not Under Armour, is it? Under layer, base layer, that's the correct bloody term, is quite simply because I'm getting pissed off with being sunburnt. I had my arms exposed to the sun all bloody day for 2-3 days, and I'm fairly used to getting sunburnt now, living and working in a very, very sunny Middle Eastern country, but that doesn't mean that I'm deliberately going to choose to expose myself to it any more than I need to. I figured today would be a good day to wear the base layer. There's a good chance it's going to get cold later, which means that putting this jacket on will slip a lot easier over the base layer than if I was hot and sweaty and sunburnt. Well, I say it'll slip quite nicely over the base layer, no problems at all. Should it actually start getting cool, I have been pre-warned. This part of the world that I'm going to looks like it's going to be raining on Sunday. That will be a shocker to the system, that I can tell you. Still, bike needs a wash, so if nature's going to do it for me, then why not? But I've booked my hotel, just sat in Mackie D's. I've got my 4G Vodafone SIM card all sorted out. That's a massive, massive bonus, that one. 4G now from the moment I've left the store all the way through to when I go back to Saudi. Winner! We are full steam ahead. That's one of the things I've noticed with this trip. Just when you think, right, let's get all my stuff together, let's go and crack on, it's like, right, I need to put some fuel in myself, I need to get some breakfast, I need to get some lunch, or I need a water break, I need to put fuel in the bike. You know, getting all the gear on and getting all the gear off the bike is a pain in the arse, but it gets really demoralising after a while, that just when you think you're ready to go, right, that's it, I'm sorted, let's go, I've got all that gear on, I've got all my stuff together, I've packed up, I've checked out, I've paid my bill, and then it's like, oh yeah, I need to stop in 5 minutes because well, it's nearly lunchtime, or I need to stop because the bike needs fuel. And like I say, to put all the gear on, to go 5 minutes, to then take all the gear off, is a monumental ball ache. That's easily, I mean, it's mainly down to this heat. Alright, what heat's this saying? This is saying 39 degrees, so realistically it's probably about 32, 33. That's still bloody hot. Yeah, I've got to be completely honest. When I did my Q&A, Smo was the guy who asked what the biggest mistake I'd made was, and underestimating the power of the sun was definitely the thing that I underestimated the most. It just makes everything so much more difficult when it's this hot. Alright, and I'm not talking like 25, 28, I'm talking 35, 38, say through Egypt and Saudi I was experiencing into the 40s, and it just makes everything so much more difficult. You're so much more tired getting onto the bike, let alone getting off it. You know, by the time you've carted all your gear downstairs, by the time you've loaded all your gear up, you know, bags onto the bike. It's impossible to escape the heat. And like I say, when you're getting up into the high 30s, wind chill, you don't get wind chill, you get heated up. Because the temperature that you're riding through is actually hotter than your bloody body temperature. Thank you. It really makes a difference. Taking that t-shirt off when I collected the bike in Salerno, and I'd lugged all my gear, a mile and a half across Salerno, and even in the morning it was still 30 plus, 32, 33 I think it was. By the time you've lugged it all across there, you're tired, you're hot, I mean properly dripping with sweat. I mean, I took that t-shirt off and it was like I dunked myself in a swimming pool with it on. It was that soaked, and yes, I could wring it out. It's just utterly disgusting. But it's quite worrying actually, because all that fluid has come out of you. You've generated that fluid, and then you've started the day dehydrated, badly dehydrated, and you expect to go on and do hundreds of kilometers of riding after that. But if you stop and take regular breaks and try and recuperate, and you stop and you take on the water, then you're not doing the mileage, you're not making the destinations that you want or need to make. If I was doing this again, no, I would not do it at the peak of summer, for definite. But that was the decision that I made. I knew that the heat through Saudi, Jordan, Egypt was going to be bloody hard work. I was still surprised at how hard it was, I'm not going to lie, but I knew it was going to be hot. The idea was always that when I got into Europe, by coming through Europe during the summer, the temperatures would hopefully be a lot more manageable, which has proved to be wrong. It's been just as hot going through Italy as it has been going through, well, no, not as hot, the temperatures haven't been quite as high, but it's been as uncomfortably hot on me. I have not found it much easier trying to go through Italy as I did through Saudi, Jordan and Egypt. Particularly Egypt. Egypt was just ridiculous. So I knew it was going to be tough to begin with. The idea was that it was going to be a trade-off, because I was going to be spending the majority of the mileage and the majority of the time in Europe. That hasn't quite worked out, but the other thing I wanted to avoid was rain, because for me to have gear to possibly cope with the threat of rain, I'm well bagged up as it is, and I've literally got one pair of jeans. For me to have packed like a set of my touring jeans, my touring trousers, which are waterproof, my Gore-Tex ones, would have taken up most of a bloody bag. And you're like, at some point you've got to draw the line between what do I want and what do I need. Well, if I plan my trip in such a way that I'm not likely to get wet, then there's a good chance I'm not going to need waterproof gear. As it is, I do have my Dainese jacket that I've got here, does have a waterproof and windproof inner layer. So fling that on, fling the jacket on, go and get wet. Obviously that doesn't then take into account the fact that my legs are going to be wet, but you know what? If your legs get wet and cold, your legs get wet and cold. If your upper body, if your core gets wet and cold, it's very, very difficult to regulate your heat and your concentration effectively to account for it. Yeah, if I was doing this again, I'd do it at a different time of the year. But this experience. Maybe I'm unlucky. Maybe the time that I'm doing this now, they're experiencing an unprecedented time of heat. Say the UK is going through an unprecedented amount of cold weather and rain for July and August. So who knows? Maybe I'm just really bloody unlucky. That is one thing I have noticed actually. The Italian road network, they love building it on multiple levels. They love bridges, they love roads above roads, under roads. It's great. And they do build a good tunnel or two as well. See, even the tunnels are stupidly pretty. Ridiculously pretty.
Million thoughts are spinning around in my head. My pulse holds it down, 'cause I'm almost there. Now I see you through the window and I'm walking on it. But I won't let you know. And I know how it goes. It's supposed to feel incredible. It's too bad you had to leave. Please come back now, baby. Where were we? Said you changed in a lie. Got the memories still popping up. Show me your heart, I'll show you mine. You go first, I'll rewind. You're my soul, my heart, my beautiful. You're my first, my last, my wonderful. And I just can't seem to get enough. It's because I love you most of all. Million thoughts are flying from my head. Let's kiss them away and stay in my bed. Just to know that you are mine, I am floating on it. And I wanna let this show, but I know how this goes. It's supposed to feel incredible. We have changed, but not that much. Guess our memories are catching up. You're my soul, my heart, my beautiful. You're my first, my last, my wonderful. And I just can't seem to get enough. It's because I love you most of all. We have changed, but not that much. I guess our memories are catching up.
Ooh. Right, quick refresh before we hit the Stelvio Pass. Ow, 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 ow. See you in a tick.